Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have got the celebration details here. Looks pretty good actually, for this kind of like, December celebration. I don't think people are going to be too excited about Android 16, and I mean, we'll talk more about him once we get there, but, the celebration around him does look to be very strong, which is good. So, get wallpapers and more when you log in for the first time. It's actually massive. I mean, Ooh! Ooh! What is that? Man! Damn! Oh! I really like the wallpaper. It's an animated wallpaper. The giant snow sculpture of Goku, which I think is pretty sick. So that's going to be cool, right? We'll be able to get that. There's some red stones. The only thing that is, I just have to talk about this, how, again, Amatsu is just, like, he just wants to mess with me at all times. So, I lost all my SSRs and TURs, you know, from the removal of the reverse, but again, the game is way better for it, so, like, I could totally accept it, take it on the chin. But then, also at the same time, they've made it to where when you purchase characters with redstones, they are TURs. So I can't even use them to pick up SSR and TUR characters I want unless they're going to be a dupe. Because they're just going to be a TUR, you can't reverse them. So it's like, Amatsu at every point is determined to make my life hell. Right? It's like, oh, you're a JP player? We'll treat global better. Oh, you like to do this? Well, we'll do the exact opposite. Every single time, Amatsu. But the boy is giving me 4 box space. So I'm feeling good about that. That's good. I do need this to, again, because I've been working through my box quite a bit. So that's good. We have the new Android 16. Android 16 gets his Dokkan Fest. That's fine. I think at this point, pretty much every character... Right, like, you know, we remember, we go back and forth between, like, so, like, last celebration, oh, Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Goma, brand new characters from the series. I mean, you know, in December, I'd rather it be something a little bit higher, but I'm not gonna cry too much about going for, like, one of these low-interest characters. Android 16, you know, peaks and valleys, I think is a good strategy for Dokkan to have. Yeah, all characters that we can get with the redstone are maximum level after Dokkan Awakening. Thanks, Amatsu, so much. Alright, so let's see what we got. So we got the Dokkan Fest. I think Android 16 is very good. Remember, the design philosophy to me looks to be exactly the same as these two, Golden Frieza and Gogeta, and the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. I don't think 16 is going to be as good as these two. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I mean, we'll do like a long video. We'll test it out in these really tough fights and see what's going to happen. But I do think it's just mostly going to be a disaster for us using Android 16's team. I think we're going to encounter great difficulties with Android 16. I do. Now, I think 16 in slot 1 probably could be pretty good, right? Like, you start getting these stacks up, he'll look strong. We start getting the unit super attack up, he can make the rest of the team really defensive. Like, I could see what they're going for, but... we do need massive help. Now, already it looks like we have a couple of promising things that are here in the celebration info, so we'll see how this is going to impact him. But yeah, we'll see how this is going to impact our boy. He's definitely good, but remember too that we can only run him on his own team. So, you know, he doesn't really have a... yeah, Android 16, the only other team he has is Mission Execution on Tau, but he's not on the extra 50%. And while we're on the subject, too, Android 17 is also not on 16's 220%. It's just like a little bit of frustrating nonsense that they've given us here, quite honestly. I would say it's pretty frustrating. I do wish that they would have kind of like just optimized these a little bit better, made 16's leader skill be able to hit 17. Now, 17 is great. He looks to be, quite honestly, 17 might be one of the best band units of all time. I think he could be that good. But, I mean, remember, it's going to be restricted to the Android team, but he is doing the role that band unit should, which is helping Android 16, right? He's going to have 70% dodge, 70% damage reduction, support, rainbow orb changing, scouters at points, When we put him in slot 1, he'll have guaranteed dodge once only, which is really good. He gets stats as he dodges here. He has 2-turn support here. 17 looks absolutely crazy to me. So, I mean, that is good, right? Because that's exactly what 16 needed. Like, we could not have afforded 16 getting, like, a Spopovich ban unit or Automagetta or something. Could not have been acceptable here. But this guy will do the job. So that's great. So already, if we consider 16 is introduced into the game, the very first unit to help him would be the ban unit, and they got a 10 out of 10 on this 17. Right, besides the fact that he's on the 220, but overall that's pretty good. So we'll see what's going to happen with EZAs. We'll see what's going to happen with the Part 2 LR. I assume the Part 2 LR is going to be a Saiyan, but we'll see, right? You never know. At one of these years, I do think there's a good chance they're just going to switch it up and not just do a Saiyan, right? Maybe it's this year, because Dokkan does like to do that. I think it's silly to think that they might not do that, right? So there's this. This goes until the 23rd. Keep in mind that the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest is probably... It's going to be on the 26th. Yeah. The New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest for sure will be on the 26th. That's when we're going to see that. Okay. We have 16's Dokkan event. Here's Dokkan Day, 29th, 30th, and 14th, 15th, like always. Login bonus and missions. There's just 17 and 18 right there. Sure. This is just the regular, kind of like Dokkan event missions right there. And same thing right here. These are the missions that will allow 16 to get equips. A couple of the equips I do think this go around I am interested in using on Android 16. 16 to me, I mean, maybe people would go, oh my god, we gotta pound him with crits, because he is only getting crits in slot 3. He's designed to where you have a god turn with his active. When you're able to use his active, you could pop it in slot 3, and he'll have his full, like, everything up, basically. He gets all of his passive up. And then you have him in slot 1, and he's, gonna be on the level of, like, a high-end GDCLR. Like, I mean, I don't want to say he's gonna be, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with the Dragon Fist up, but maybe. Like, kinda. 16, with the whole thing up, with the active in slot 3, he is gonna be that good. But you have to get to that turn is the only thing, right? Because most of the time it's going to be 5th turn start a battle, which in the GDC fights is just, it's a long time to get there. But I would think the best way to build this guy, oh my god, yeah, they don't have it. No, not that one. This right here, is to give him raw defense and dodge. I think is easily the way to go with this guy. So I do look at this bronze equip and this silver equip, and I do plan on giving those to 16, which will be good. But he looks pretty, he's good. I just, need that team to get some help, right? So we got that. There's going to be the EX missions. These, of course, will be for the Seriously Serious fight, which is against First Form Cell. By the way, at this Cell, these fights usually aren't tough, so he's probably not actually going to be that tough. But this Cell looks intimidating to me because he's a crit boss and he gets 100% right here. That's scary. But it's like, if his damage is like if he has a 2 million damage super, it's not going to be that bad. But he's a crit boss, man. I mean, I've learned you don't fuck with crit bosses, man. You put them in the ground immediately. There's going to be these weekly missions right here. If we go back to the mission tab, we could see they're all kind of just like displayed. Yeah. So there's these, right? Each week there's going to be some missions, do stages 7 times, and you'll get one of these tickets, which we could use in the Baba Shop. So this is interesting. There's going to be a Zenny support campaign. I mean, if we just, we're gonna scroll right back up in a second. But we have 17 and 18 and EGL Trunks EZAing. They do one of these Zenny support campaigns, typically if there's a lot of EZAs. So right now, we know for sure that EGL Trunks and 17 and 18 are going to EZA. Now, by the way, 17 and 18, that is a massive needed help right here, because this is going to trigger 16's unit super attack, which is essential because he gets this defense for 2 turns. This is so huge for 16, right? So they are massively needed, 17 and 18, right? And, I mean, remember, they have their Demon Ghost Usher. The way they're going to work, it doesn't work if there's 2 enemies, which, like, the big fights we will be testing out and do have 2 enemies. But once we get rid of one of the 2, then we'd be able to do their active skill. And that would likely end the fight at that point. Because it would maybe be, you know, turn 4, turn 3. We active skill, Ghost Usher, boom. And then next turn, 16 has his God turn. He could probably end the fight. So, like, they look like they'll help out a lot. Don't forget, too, that they are a Ki Blast Nullification boss. At least Goku Black and Zamasu and all the GDC special battle fights are all Ki Blast super bosses, except for Omega. In the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks fight, they're not Ki Blast, but, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world. So there's that right there, okay? Now, there's this right here. Added EZA SA effects to the script of 16 and 18. I would lean towards that this means they are going to EZA. But we've seen some similar stuff like this with units before. Goku and Piccolo is who I'm thinking of. And Goku and Piccolo have not yet EZA'd. So we do want to keep that in mind. Right? Goku and Piccolo have not yet EZA'd. But especially with the Zenny campaign right here, I do think it's very likely that this character EZAs. And I feel like, hopefully, this would be really good for us too. We could see Dr. Zhou and Android 19 EZA as well. Android support type character, another Ki Blast nullification character, right? This character would trigger the unit super for Android 16, so that's huge. I would hope that this is just a defensive juggernaut. That's all I care about. Just, if this character could just not be killed like a fish, like if they give them no damage whatsoever, 0 damage, and 100% all defense, that would help the team significantly. Just another character that we could rely upon to be defensive and trigger 16's unit super attack, which this character will. That would be huge. So this could be an impactful sub-EZA. Remember, though, sub-EZAs, bro, we know. No way to tell with sub-EZAs. They could be good. They might not be good. No way to tell, right? Like, it's not even flipping a coin because they're usually not that good, but we will see if the sub-EZAs will be good or not. But I do anticipate a lot of EZAs coming since they're doing one of these. They're not going to do this for 1 or 2 EZAs. So I do think we're probably going to see a fair amount of sub-EZAs as well. AGL Trunks gets his EZA. Where would we be running him at the moment? Remember, Trunks is not on Android 16's team, right? Obviously, it's it's androids and uncontrollable power. So let's just take a look at this right here. So, yeah, he is future. So we can run him on the Blues team. We could run him on Gohan, Goten, and Trunks' team, but usually you'd want to go full youth. Daima, Vegeta. I don't know. I guess, like, if we're doing the Trunks showcase, I am probably going to run him on the Blues team, I would imagine. And I mean, we'd have, Vegeta and Trunks, and maybe that could work well. Just a lot of these characters are just aged at this point. Obviously not a fan of Daima Vegeta, although Daima Vegeta's 220 is power beyond Super Saiyan, right? So he's not even on the 220 for Daima Vegeta, he's not on the 220 for Tao. It's going to have to be like the Blues or Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Now, this Trunks, I've got no clue. This guy was really hurt badly by Red Zone power creep when he first came out. I could easily see this being a repeat case here, but we'll see, right? I mean, maybe we're going to get nasty power creep, although I've made this point a million times over. This year, 2025 Dokkan most resembles 2022 Dokkan, right? Like the whole structure of the year is very similar to 2022 Dokkan. If we then, like, if it would, the structure would be similar to 2023 Dokkan, if they do that, that didn't have, like, the big power creep fights didn't start to come till halfway through the year for 2023. If that's the case, then some of these characters, like Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, maybe this guy's EZA, some other characters like that, won't be pushed out as soon as they potentially could be, right? The Snowman is going to be there, which will allow us to get Baba Shop stuff, which is good. We have our stone sails. We got the keys and the link skill balls, like always. This is summon points being updated with powerful GDC LRs. We talked about this quite a bit. Looks like the characters are going to be updated. on March 6th. Characters will be updated at that point. Wow, maybe... Could they put the anniversary LRs on there? Probably so, huh? They might update the summon points on like March 6th and put the anniversary LRs. I could actually kind of see that, chat. All right, so this is interesting. So, I mean, this might just be because we have, you know, it's kind of like an Android Cell Saga celebration going on right here. But remember, so Cell's already super EZA'd, so he's done. Piccolo, I don't think is up for super EZA. Dokkan Fest Piccolo? I don't think so. Right? Like, I don't think so. Gohan and 18. Now, here, let's close some of these, like, yeah, we get rid of them. I want to keep these guys up since they're guaranteed easying. Let me get Android Cell Saga up really quick. So, as of right now, right, banner unit characters have never super EZA'd ever. It's never happened. Could they start here? That would be huge. Right? Because if these characters are officially going to be getting super EZAs as well, that is, like, huge for the game. So, I hope so. And Android 18 getting a super EZA right here could be very helpful for us. Again, Android 16's unit super attack. We really do want to fill the team up with Android 17 and 18 characters, because this is what makes 16, like, even go up another notch in how good he'll be. So, I mean, if this character get a super EZA and be solid, I mean, bro, that helps 16 out a lot. It really does. So, maybe, a lot of times, these do kind of give little hints. Many times before, people have looked at the, you know, red and purple stone, like these, like little banner things, and they've been, oh, does that mean this character will EZA? And then it happens. It's happened in many celebrations. So, maybe. Battlefield. Now, Battlefield was stated to have, I think it said new enemies, which I don't recall. Let me read exactly what it says. Where was that? It was right here. Number of enemies will change. I don't know that they've ever said this ever before. So I'm curious to see what this means. And LR Garlic Jr. is a Battlefield LR. Garlic Jr. seems pretty good. For a free-to-play LR, he seems pretty good. The problem for Garlic Jr. is going to be if we're not able to rainbow him or able to put very limited resources into him right away. That would be the major issue. We'll see what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, this guy looks good. You could run a full demonic power team, and I think this guy fits in well. I mean, he's a 5 out of 5 link partner with Goma, which is pretty big, right? He has really, really good links. So, yeah, LR Garlic Jr. dropping is pretty sick. I'm happy about this. I saw some people upset that he doesn't get his Dokkan Fest yet, but I think he still will get a Dokkan Fest at some point, because they have not used the Dead Zone, which seems like an easy domain to me. So, yeah. But Garlic Jr. looks good. He looks pretty good to me. Then we have new Dragon Ball Story coming with a support memory. There's the EZAs, which we talked about. There's this World Tournament, so maybe LR Jackie Chun is going to be getting an EZA here. I would say, since they're showing him there, it's probably likely. Now, remember, they're also going to be updating, by the way, how we obtain these characters. This guy, if he gets an EZA, could be pretty interesting. Where would we run him? Tao's team? Probably, this guy would be Tao's team. The only problem is Tao's team can't really, can't find the friends. But, yeah, interesting. Because he would probably work really well with Tien. He would be supporting Tien. It'll be interesting. We'll see. But, yeah, so we have a World Tournament coming up. That's in a couple of weeks here. Okay. Yep, we'll be ready for this World Tournament. And I'm very excited because there's a lot of characters I'm going to be able to rainbow. I have many, 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 many characters that I'll be able to rainbow for the first time. Full Power Jackie Chun, AGL Piccolo Jr., TEQ Shen, right? TEQ Kid Krillin, TEQ Yamcha. Very excited. We looked at the Seriously Serious fight. There is Daima Red Zone fight against Tamagami 1. Tamagami 1 looks real nasty to me. With the ceiling, dodge, cancel, and stun. If he's a guaranteed slot super boss, that means the only way you're not going to get stunned is if you're running Super Saiyan 4 characters. right? That's it. Like STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku is like the only character. If it's a guaranteed slot 0, he'll be like the only character who could get around this. So like that looks a little annoying to me. But we'll see. We'll see. This looks nasty to me. I expect this to be a dirty dog of a fight, for sure, for sure. And he disables dodge, so Goma's gonna lose a lot of his like I bet you Goma, we could still run Goma and he'll help us massively. But I mean, we can't rely on him to just sit in slot 1 if dodge is canceled. But Goma does have type advantage, so that's good. All right, so there's those. Oh, there's a new support memory boost coming out on the 2nd. New Extreme Super Battle Road stages is good on the 9th of December. Remember, once we get to stage 81, we get more box space. All of a sudden, Amatsu has been just slurping me off with box space. Thank you. Amatsu the GOAT. Keep giving me box space, and I can accept anything that comes my way. Then here we go. This is exactly what they should do more often. New missions added to, looks like this is the Red Ribbon Army red zone, and then this is the Pure Saiyan red zone. So I'd imagine these would be like Android or Target Goku like type missions for some of these fights. This does look fun to me. I'm definitely excited to see this, right? These new missions. So we'll see what these are going to look like. You know, these will be fun though. Red Ribbon Army red zone. I got to get Iron Cane to do these. I got to, like, you know, just grab his arm, twist it behind his back, mush his face to the ground, and say, do your missions. That's probably what we're going to do. All right. And then we have just a bunch of events returning. I mean, I guess this matters for me since I'm collecting all my SSRs and TURs again. Yeah, like, I do need to get the Videl. I've got to get that Raditz. Yeah, a lot of characters I still got to get. There's Elder Kai banner. The 16th, this says. Is the 16th when I would expect the Part 2 LR? No, I expect the Part 2 LR on the 12th. But maybe it could be the 16th? Because it could be. Because here's the thing. There's a dual Dokkan Fest on the 26th. They typically, banners are every 2 weeks. It's just kind of how it works. My guess is the 12th for the Part 2 LR, but maybe it's the 16th. By the way, Trunks, right here. Trunks, so, okay. 17 and 18, they come out on the 2nd. Trunks is on the 9th. So Trunks is going to come out a little bit closer to the Part 2 LR. So I would not, my guess is Trunks will probably have a lot of similarities with the Part 2 LR. I think something like some type of Vegeta and Trunks tag or exchange character, you know, maybe like an LR Super Trunks or this version of Trunks, a new Carnival version of him with the intro from the anime could be huge. Or, you know, LR Final Flash Vegeta. Those would kind of be my picks for the Part 2 Carnival, but we'll see. But I mean, I am, until they show me it's, you know, an android, it's the Gammas or something, I'm going to assume it's a Saiyan. I think eventually they won't just do a Saiyan, but until they don't do just a Saiyan, I'm going to assume it's a Saiyan. That's how I'm operating. All right, so we got that. Again, I think that Part 2 LR probably around the 12th or so. And then the animated wallpaper, which is pretty cool. I'm definitely going to put this one up. I love this. This is so fire, man. This is the shit that, oh my god. Bro, they bring Dragon Ball back, man. They finally, you know, give us that moral arc, baby. And man, we will be so back, dude. So, let me know what you guys think. But overall, I think the celebration info looks very good. I mean, we have old red zone missions, which really should be every single celebration, right? We have difficult content events, a world tournament with, you know, tons of new characters coming, a bunch of EZAs coming, you know, Battlefield, new Battlefield LR, new Dragon Ball story, right? You know, red stones with potential super EZAs for banning units, new summon points right there. Like, this is crazy looking celebration. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.